It was the second day of the new year, January 2nd, 2024. Tokyo's Haneda Airport was busy as usual. Families returning home after the holidays, travelers heading back to work, planes taking off and landing in a near-perfect rhythm. Everything seemed normal. It felt like another normal day. But something was about to go very wrong. At around 5:47 in the evening, a Japan Airlines passenger flight was coming in to land. Inside the plane were over 300 people, parents, children, workers, tourists, all expecting a safe arrival. But there was another plane on the same runway, a smaller Coast Guard aircraft. It was there to carry aid to earthquake survivors in western Japan. It had 6 people on board. Both planes were in the same place at the same time. Then, in a flash, disaster occurred, a loud crash, a fireball. The Japan Airlines plane burst into flames. Black smoke filled the air. People inside were trapped. Panic broke out. And at that moment, no one knew who would make it out alive. What happened on that runway? Why were both planes cleared at the same time? Who was responsible? This is the true story of the 2024 Haneda Airport runway collision, a disaster that should have never happened, and the investigation might leave you speechless. Tokyo's Haneda Airport is one of the busiest airports in the world. Every day, hundreds of flights land and take off with clockwork precision. It's known for being fast, efficient, and above all safe. On January 2nd, 2024, that sense of safety would be shattered. At 4:27 in the afternoon, Japan Airlines Flight 516 took off from New Chitose Airport in Hokkaido. The sky over Sapporo was cloudy but calm. Visibility was clear. It was supposed to be an ordinary flight. It was expected to land at Haneda Airport in Tokyo, less than 2 hours later. On board were 379 people, passengers heading home after the holidays. The aircraft was an Airbus A350, one of the most modern jets in the world. At the controls were 2 experienced pilots. For nearly an hour and a half, the flight was smooth. As Flight 516 approached Tokyo, the sun had already set. The sky was dark, but visibility was good. The winds were light. There was no storm, no fog, nothing unusual. At the same time, a smaller aircraft was getting ready for takeoff from Haneda's runway 34R. It was a de Havilland -8, a twin-engine turboprop operated by the Japan Coast Guard. This flight wasn't carrying passengers. It had 6 crew members on board and was on an emergency mission to deliver supplies to areas struck by a powerful earthquake that had hit western Japan just a day before. It was one of 4 aircraft deployed by the government to provide help to the affected areas. The pilot of the Coast Guard plane was a seasoned captain with decades of flying experience. His team had done this kind of mission many times before, but this time would be different. 2 planes, 2 different missions, 1 busy airport, and a single deadly mistake that no one saw coming until it was too late. At around 5:47 in the evening, Japan Flight 516 began its final approach to runway 34R at Haneda Airport. The pilots lowered the landing gear. The lights of the runway came into view. Everything looked normal. However, in the tower, something critical had gone unnoticed. They had no idea about Coast Guard plane, and seconds later, a disaster struck. Japan Airlines Flight 516 landed directly on top of the Coast Guard plane. A huge explosion lit up the runway. Flames erupted from beneath the aircraft. The Coast Guard plane was ripped apart. Its wreckage scattered hundreds of meters away. A fireball followed the Airbus A350 as it skidded down the runway over 1 kilometer, before coming to a stop on the grassy edge. Inside the cabin, it was chaos. Smoke poured in. People screamed, but the crew acted fast. Using only 3 evacuation slides, they began getting everyone out. The intercom system had failed, so they shouted instructions and used megaphones. Within minutes, everyone, every passenger, every flight attendant, every pilot, escaped the burning plane. Only 17 people were injured. No passengers died. It was a miracle. But the same could not be said for the Coast Guard crew. Only Captain Miyamoto survived with severe injuries. 5 of his crew members died at the scene. The situation there was worse. Firefighters arrived at the scene in about 3 minutes, with about 70 fire trucks responding. According to the Tokyo Fire Department, the fire was largely extinguished shortly after midnight. by which time the plane's structure had collapsed due to the intensity of the flames. The collision and subsequent fire were captured by CCTV cameras in Terminal 2. After the collision, the ADS-B signals, except for position information, from the aircraft were received for about 1 minute. Firefighters later said that the fire spread from the vicinity of the plane's left engine. You know, the timing couldn't have been worse. The crash happened during one of Japan's busiest travel weeks, New Year's holidays. Millions were on the move. But after the fiery collision on the runway, Haneda Airport came to a complete stop. All runways shut down. Flights were canceled or redirected to other airports like Narita, Chubu Centre, and Kansai. Passengers sat stuck in terminals or stranded in distant cities. Japan Airlines canceled 116 domestic flights. All Nippon Airways grounded 112 more. By January 7th, over 1,200 flights were affected, impacting more than 220,000 travelers. For many, holiday joy turned into chaos and confusion. To help ease the disruption, Japan's rail companies stepped in. High-speed Shinkansen trains added extra services to places like Osaka, Kanazawa, and Hokkaido. No seat reservations, just get on and go. But the damage wasn't just emotional or logistical. The runway itself was wrecked. Crews spent days clearing burnt wreckage, rebuilding pavement, and repairing lighting. The damaged runway didn't reopen until January 8th. Full airport operations weren't expected to return to normal until January 10th, almost 2 weeks after the crash. The remains of the crew members who died on the Coast Guard plane were examined and then returned to their families. Their colleagues at the Coast Guard held a tribute at the Haneda base to honor them. Japan Airlines said it is thinking about keeping the wreckage of Flight 516 as a reminder to staff about the importance of safety. They did something similar with the wreckage of a crash in 1985. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida offered his condolences to the families of those who died, recognizing the Coast Guard service to help earthquake victims. Tokyo Governor Yuriko Koike expressed sadness that one disaster led to another. The International Air Transport Association, IATA, shared their condolences on Twitter for the passengers and crew, and also for the victims of the earthquake the day before. On January 12th, the Japan Coast Guard temporarily stopped the staff at Haneda Air Station from flying the station's 2 helicopters and 3 fixed-wing planes. This station covers the coastal waters between Ibaraki and Shizuoka prefectures. The move was made to ensure safety and to support the well-being of the staff after the accident. Other Coast Guard teams from different locations took over the operation of these aircraft. The Haneda Air Station personnel went for retraining at Chitose Air Station in Hokkaido. Helicopter flights from Haneda started again on March 1st, and full operations resumed on March 28th. Right after the crash at Haneda Airport, many people wanted to know, how did this terrible accident happen? That's when investigation started. The Japan Transport Safety Board took charge to investigate. But this was a big case, so experts from other countries also joined to help find answers. From France, the safety agency that works with Airbus, the company that made the Japan Airlines plane, came to help. Experts from Rolls-Royce, who made the plane's engines, also joined. From Canada, the makers of the Coast Guard's plane and its engines sent specialists. Even the United States National Transportation Safety Board helped out. On January 3rd, the government shared a transcript, the written record of the conversations between the pilots and air traffic controllers during the last few minutes before the crash. So what it showed: the Japan Airlines Flight 516 was told it was okay to land on a runway called 34R. The Coast Guard plane was told to hold short, which means to wait just off the runway and not go onto it. But something went wrong. The Coast Guard pilot believed he was told he had clearance to take off. In other words, he thought it was safe to move onto and start flying from the runway. At the same time, the air traffic controllers didn't notice the Coast Guard plane moving onto the runway. They were busy managing other flights and missed it. Also, the Coast Guard pilot's radio was set to a frequency used for ground control, not the air traffic control that handles landing and takeoff clearances. Because of this, he may have missed important instructions. After the accident, investigators found out that the Coast Guard had not been told about some new safety rules designed to stop accidents like this one from happening again. Police started looking into whether tired workers or not enough staff might have played a role in the accident. By January 6th, investigators found the black boxes from both planes. These boxes record important data about the flight and conversations in the cockpit. Thankfully, the boxes were still in good shape and provided useful information. In June, the authorities shared a report that showed big problems in how the airport handled the crash. There were not enough emergency workers on site. More than 100 emergency vehicles waited a long time before they could enter the airport. Ambulances carrying injured passengers were stuck waiting for about 30 minutes before they could leave. The government promised to fix these problems. They planned to update emergency procedures by August and to increase staff during busy times like holidays or night shifts. And in December, investigators shared more details. The Coast Guard pilot misunderstood a key instruction and thought he had permission to take off. Because of this, he moved onto the runway when he shouldn't have. The air traffic controllers and the Japan Airlines pilots didn't realize the Coast Guard plane was on the runway until it was too late to stop the collision. All these mistakes, misunderstanding instructions, busy controllers missing the plane on the runway, and lack of communication combined to cause the accident. Despite the crash and the fire that followed, the Japan Airlines cabin crew acted quickly. They helped all passengers safely get off the plane. Many experts called their work a miracle because everyone escaped alive. As the investigation continues, we see how important clear communication and safety rules are in keeping everyone safe in the skies. This incident has already sparked changes that could save lives in the future, but it's a story we all need to remember. If this story grabbed your attention, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. We bring you real stories like this. What's your take on this crash? How do you think it could have been avoided? Share your opinion with us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.